Hello everybody. In today's video I'm going to be doing a sort of an unscripted rant, a sort of, I guess, improvised video. There's no script for this. I'm not going to be editing it too much. It's going to be very basic and stuff, but I hope you guys enjoy it nonetheless, because in this video I wanted to recommend 5 YouTubers that I really like. I find their content very informative, very educational, and very engaging. And yeah, let's just get right into it. The first channel that I wanted to recommend is Sampson. Hey, that's my name, Sampson, but his is spelled with an E instead of an O, and Sampson is his last name, not his first name. So, hey, we're sort of there. We could sort of relate to that in a way. But I really like this guy's content in a way because he focuses on incels and a lot of the kind of manosphere content that's on YouTube, and he also sort of mocks and ridicules the kind of, you know, Chad, or not Chad, but a lot of the other kind of conservative MAGA hat type of people and all the kind of ridiculous stuff that's on this on the platform on YouTube. Like, for example, or not even just like YouTube, but also on TikTok. Like, for example, he did a video about how landlord TikTok is pure evil. He was mocking and ridiculing landlords who are basically scummy in their behavior, and they sort of post evicting people online to gain viewers. Another video that I watched recently was incel street interviews. He kind of looked over the kind of incel content that was coming out from this one specific channel, and he was sort of pointing out the problems with the type of interview style content that was coming from this channel, because of the fact that it was just set up to be sort of very misogynistic and very much very much promoting hatred towards women. And that's what I liked about this type of content, because he does focus on things that I'm not really fully aware of. Like, I know what incels are, and I know a lot of the kind of red-pilled community in the manosphere, but because I don't engage or watch that type of content and I find it laughable, it's fun to see him kind of take these people down and really kind of point out how stupid these people are. So yeah, it's a really great channel, and I highly recommend you guys watch Sampson. The next channel is Jonas Psycha, or CCK Philosophy. He used to go under the name Cuck Philosophy, and that's how I kind of remember him as, but he did do a name change. The reason why I talk about this channel is because I also did a video about him on like the top 10 best or underrated YouTubers on this platform, and I added him to that list. And I just want to always like talk about this guy because he really makes engaging content that focuses on the history of philosophy and philosophical concepts, and he explains them in a way towards me, a simpleton, a layman, who really doesn't understand a lot of the kind of postmodernist philosophy, or like philosophy from Derrida or Nietzsche or from Schopenhauer, and he explains it in a really great way. And also his voice is very, very nice to listen to, and that's the one thing I like about watching his videos, is that his voice and the way he edits is really great, in the sense that you're kind of glued to the screen and you really want to learn more. And like the most recent video as of making this video that he made was the German Revolution of 1918, and how that revolution that occurred in Germany in 1918 with sort of this socialist uprising was an important moment in European history. And he goes into really great detail talking about the actors, the characters, the individuals who were part of this revolution, how they played in an important part in that sort of in that moment and that movement that occurred at that period of time in the early 20th century. He also does really all other kind of entertaining videos, like Killing Margaret Thatcher in Doom. I really enjoyed that video, as he kind of goes into the kind of philosophy of neoliberalism. And overall, I think what really keeps me going with this guy is that he is so well educated and he knows so much about philosophy, and he also, just listening to this guy is really pleasant. So when you watch him, all I want to know is more about philosophy. It gets me more invested in philosophical concepts and learning more about these ideas. So I highly recommend you guys check him out. Mr. Beat. Mr. Beat is a social studies teacher from Lawrence, Kansas, I believe. And I love the fact that his videos really are just very corny and very fun to watch, as he kind of teaches U.S. American history. Specifically, the two types of videos that he makes is called Supreme Court Briefs, where he goes over Supreme Court cases that were very important and had a major impact on the United States and how we develop as a country. And the other videos that I really love are his compare channel and compare videos, where he compares two states to each other. Like the one that I saw recently was Maryland versus Virginia, and comparing the economy, the demographics, the sports teams that are within each state, the history. And I love that kind of stuff because he is mixing two things that I absolutely love, and that's geography and history. And going over it, as a social studies teacher, I can see that he's very good as a teacher, because listening to him is really fun. Listening to him is like I stated with Cook Philosophy, is very pleasant, and I love learning more about U.S. history from this guy. And I know that at times it can be a little bit corny with the jokes and stuff, but I love that aspect of him too. One of the other recent videos that I watched, which was great from his, is what does it mean to be self-made, as he kind of discusses what really does it mean to be self-made person versus like the impact that your environment does on your upbringing and how that can lead to your success. He goes over that. Another one was the Supreme Court case, I think, which is when can speech be banned. That's a very fascinating video, and it kind of goes into the kind of Espionage Act, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it does. But that video was fantastic, and I highly recommend actually you guys check it out on the Supreme Court Briefs. Other than that, fun guy to listen to. I love watching his content. Zephyr VII. Now, this guy actually I recently found out about, and he has a small number of subscribers. As of making this video, he has about 682 subscribers. But one thing I like about his content is that you can see the amount of effort he really puts into going about like discussing individuals or recent movements. So the two videos that I really liked from him is the videos where he talks about Elliot Rodger, who's a notable incel murderer, a guy who was angry at the world for the fact that he couldn't get a girlfriend and get laid, and he went out in, I think, Southern California, and he went on a rampage and he killed several people and then killed himself. He goes over this guy's life, and he kind of goes over this guy's case in great detail, and I was very much invested in watching the two videos that he does on Elliot Rodger. The other videos that he does that I found absolutely hilarious was where he covered the Freedom Convoy. The Freedom Convoy, of course, was in Canada. They were protesting against Canada's COVID-19 laws and regulations at the time, the mask mandates, all the mandates that they were imposing upon the population. And he sort of mocks and ridicules this group by showing footage and tweets and just photos from this group revealing themselves to be a bunch of hick morons. And I absolutely loved how he edited those videos together, and they're about, I think there's 8 parts of these videos just showcasing the stupidity of the kind of Freedom Convoy, and it was wonderful to watch. That's one thing I like about his channel so far, is that his stuff is very entertaining. I love the fact that he is funny. He just really shows the stupidity of a lot of these kind of COVID-19 anti-vax people, a lot of these conspiracy theorists, a lot of these incels and nut jobs that are out there in the world that commit horrible crimes. And he gives a wealth of information about these subjects. And I'm glad I recently found out about him, and I'm glad that I'm subscribed to him. So please check him out. Britmonkey. Now, this is the last guy I would highly recommend. I'm probably going to make more videos about this dude, but I love the fact that he really covers the details of British history in such a fun way. He actually reminds me a lot of CPG Grey, but sort of an improved version of that. So one of the videos that I really liked of his was he was talking about the time Britain went to space and then gave up. Then the video which I learned a lot from was the pre-decimal currency, the nightmare in your pocket, which he talked about how the kind of currency that was used for a long period of time in 20th century Britain and how that changed. And he goes over a lot of fascinating aspects of British history, but not only specifically British history. Like, he did a wonderful video about Botswana, how to make our country rich from scratch, and also why Japan's rail is so good. I mean, the way he edits is so impressive, and it's just the quick cuts and the inclusion of animation and graphics and stuff really keeps you entertained watching this dude. And also his British voice is very fun to listen to. He's really an engaging person, and he draws you in, and you really become invested in whatever sort of obscure topic that he wants to talk about. And even when it's not obscure, his views are very, very interesting to listen to, and he makes really great points sometimes. Like, there was a video called "Let's Ban Cars Seriously," where he makes cases that there's a serious effort to there should be a serious effort to kind of ban a lot of vehicle usage in downtown areas and walkable communities, and kind of, I guess, kind of remove our dependence on vehicles that much, and sort of place more of an emphasis on an investment in public transit. And I would highly recommend people watch that video. It's very fascinating to watch and listen to this guy. And man, he's a fantastic YouTuber. So I hope you guys check out all these channels that I just recommended. They're very good. Very, very good. That's all I can say. A lot of very, right? But no, they're definitely informative, and you learn, and that's what I want to kind of like promote for a lot of people, is informative content. I'm kind of sick and tired of watching a lot of the kind of vlogger content, or the kind of guys who are out there, you know, who just make entertaining content, because after a while I do get sick and tired from that, because my whole thing with YouTube is I want to watch the most engaging, informative, educational videos that are out there, to sort of expand my mind, become more open-minded, and to really just gain more knowledge all in general. And that's what I love about YouTube, is that there's so many YouTubers that just pop up out of nowhere, and they produce some of the best videos that I've ever seen on some specific subject. And I could go on and list more, but in this video I just wanted to do 5, and maybe in the future I'll make some more videos like this. And I hope you guys nonetheless enjoy listening to me ramble on, as I really like, I really like these channels, and I highly recommend them. So I'll have the links to their channels in the description below. Thank you for watching, and like always, have a wonderful day.